Hello viewers, and welcome to another episode of Regional Review. My name is Gerine Hoff and I'll be taking you on a quick trip of news through the Khomas region. But first, today is Take a Ride Day.
Try to sleep. Not everyone around here has to agree with me.
NMH Ad 1 brings you news from all across Namibia. If you would like to feature your brand or campaign on this platform, contact nmh1@synergy.com.na. NMH Ad 1, your lunchtime news companion.
Eunice Ayambu, senior economist of the United Nations Development Programme, said the African Continental Free Trade Area is bound to open Namibian entrepreneurs up to a world of opportunities. This is a new agreement aimed at creating Africa's first continent-wide free trade area, which could generate greater economic benefits than previously estimated. Jemima Beerkus was there.
The agreement establishing the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement. As you are aware, Namibia now has access to a market of 1.3 billion people with a combined GDP of $3.4 trillion, a massive increase in market size from that of SADC and SACU, our key regional trading blocs. Allow me to thank the government of the Republic of Namibia, through you, Honorable Minister, for the gracious invitation to participate in this launch of your strategy and implementation plan, which broadens the horizon of trade for Namibian entrepreneurs. As the United Nations family, we are very proud to have supported the drafting and finalization of this national strategy. As you are aware, through the leadership and technical support of the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, UNECA, we have supported the stakeholders in developing this strategy that we are launching today in a fully participatory and consultative manner. The consultative process involved the participation of the Namibian private sector, academia, youth, and women-owned business persons. I strongly believe the process laid a foundation for the successful implementation of Namibia's aspirations within the larger continental market of Africa. Honorable Minister, Executive Director, ladies and gentlemen, today's launch of the strategy is the beginning of a long and arduous journey in search of markets for Namibian products, especially those markets where our products are competitive, of quality, and price-worthy.
President Hage Geingob celebrated World Children's Day last Saturday, saying children should be empowered, calling for a better future and a more equal, inclusive world. He said that children are the future leaders of any society and that their childhood and well-being should be safeguarded and protected. Children and young people are at the core pillar of society, and their inclusion in every aspect of life should remain a priority. World Children's Day was first established in 1954 as Universal Children's Day. This year's theme is Inclusion for Every Child. The day was commemorated at the Zoo Park Amphitheatre in Windhoek. The event began with a march down Independence Avenue. From the Namibian Sun, Ugonethlage, reports that Air Namibia liquidators Bruni and McLaren have allegedly received an offer from Cameroonian company Z-Jet for the purchase of the former airline's 4 Embraers 135 jets. The firm made a $68 million Namibian offer for the aircraft and ground handling equipment, a letter by Z-Jet CEO Christophe Semengwe, seen by the Namibian Sun, showed. The transaction would involve the West African airline paying for the equipment and jets in 4 installments. The letter, which is addressed to the liquidators and Air Namibia's acting CEO Stanley Kariko, said. The first stage would involve the acquisition of ground equipment and tooling to the tune of $90,000. The second would involve the acquisition of spare parts and consumables for around 14.7 million NAM dollars. The third would involve the acquisition of the 2 aircraft, $1.5 million, and the fourth would involve the purchase of 2 additional aircraft for $1.5 million, the statement read. The newly founded airline group also proposed taking delivery of the last 2 jets once all the transaction had been concluded, Semengwe wrote in his bid. Namibian Sun contacted Air Namibia liquidators Bruni and McLaren last week following another bid for the liquidated airline's jets, but no responses were forthcoming. Last Friday, Namibian Sun quoted Progress Aviation and AB Airlines as saying that Air Namibia's liquidators had sold its aircraft to a local aviation company, Fly Namibia, far below market value. Meanwhile, former Air Namibia employees are currently squatting at its old premises in the hopes of receiving severance packages 20 months after the closure of the airline in October 2020. The Namibia University of Science and Technology and Damola Global Hub last week signed a Memorandum of Understanding. This collaboration will see Namibian students from NUST being invited to be part of the Damola Global teams that are facilitated by Damola experts, Chief Executive Vile Iyambu said at the launch. This clip is by Junior Kapofi.
Your Excellency, Ambassadors, ladies and gentlemen, my colleague here now will cut the ribbon to signify that these offices are ready and are veiled for those that have been given the task of driving the content of the MOU.
Here we go.
Oh, I also want to make
As a memory. We put it as an appendix to the MOU.
Very good.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, Professor.
Cassia Sharpley, this year's contestant at the Miss Universe beauty pageant, shared a message of hope at a breakfast event that aimed to bring people affected by heart disease together. Irene Marie van der Walt was there.
Thank Mr. Diku for granting me the honor of standing here today as Miss Namibia to render a message of hope to all of you. My name is Cassia Sharpley. I am 21 years of age and I am actually a basic life support paramedic, and I'm pursuing my advanced life support paramedic license at the Namibian University of Science and Technology. And I'm here to render a message of hope, but most importantly, I hope that I can impact you, because I believe that a lot of people will forget what you tell them, but they will never forget what you make them feel. And today I want to make you feel special. I want you to realize your value and your worth in the mere fact that you woke up this morning alive. I think that so many times we take life for granted. We take for granted the mere fact that we had the ability to wake up the next morning. And I feel that every day should be seen to us as a gift granted to impact those around us. I believe that wherever you go, whoever you meet, you need to leave behind a message of hope. Not just one moment of the day, but every moment of every day that you spend with someone. I think the most beautiful part about being a human being is the mere fact that even though we might look different, we are all exactly the same. We have hearts and we have souls. And how much better and how beautiful and liberating is it to know that we have the ability to impact each other. It goes as simple as just a friendly hello, or maybe just a hug to save someone's life. I think it's beautiful to know that all of us have a heart, which means all of us have the ability to sow love into the next person. And love comes in the smallest ways. Love comes from looking at someone with a smile. Love comes from telling someone, you're beautiful today. I've realized that it's so difficult for us to just tell someone, I really love your dress, or I really love the way you walk, or you look absolutely stunning today. And I think that the moment we cultivate a spirit of excellence when it comes to how we approach each other as human beings, we will understand the true value of life. and we will understand what it means, not just to be human beings, but to be ambassadors of ourselves and what we stand for, our moral standings. I think that the more we realize who we are to each other, the more we will value the ways that we look at life differently. Because the way I see life and my goals are very different from the way you see life and your goals. I believe in the saying, umtu ngumtu ngabantu. I learned that from my father. I'm partly South African. And it means that people are people through other people. We all need each other. If it wasn't for your surgeon, your doctor, your heart specialist, where would you be today? If it wasn't for your family supporting you through those difficult times, who are you? And I want us to always realize what we are putting our faith and our belief into. If everything that you live for was taken away from you today, who are you? Are you still yourself? And what do you put your faith into?
Chill Sessions is an entertainment show that brings you the latest hit, fashion, and entertainment news. If you would like to feature your brand or campaign on this platform, contact chill@synergy.com.na. Chill Sessions, bringing art and entertainment to the people.
Welcome back, viewers. For this week's interview segment, my colleague Yolanda Nell spoke to Bruni Becker from the Ladies Circle. This international organization gets together every now and then with their local branches, and they help wherever they can. Enjoy.
I am joined with Bruni Becker, and she is from the Ladies Circle Windhoek 2. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having us.
Can you shortly just explain what the Ladies Circle is all about?
Okay, so from our previous interview as well, we're just a bunch of ladies that get together and help the community in short. We are part of an international organization. There's a group in Swakop, there's thousands of groups right all over the world. And we do community projects, in short, help the community where we see help is needed.
And you just launched the Blossom Project.
Yes.
What is that about?
Okay, it's about so many things. In short, let me start by explaining how we got to the fund. As chair lady for 2022 and 2023 for the Windhoek Circle, we decided for me to pick a theme per se, and we thought, or not we, me, I thought that I wanted something that's close to my heart as well. And getting shortly to it, I decided that I'm going to go with the theme of blossom in your time, which a lot of people have done, but that is something that closely relates to the project as well. That's how Blossom in Your Time goes to the Blossom Fund then. And the Blossom Fund is there to assist women that have either PCOS, endometriosis, or other infertility problems. And I mean, there is a very long list of them. So the fund is there to assist women that can't afford to get the treatment. For PCOS, there's medication. For endometriosis, there's operations. For infertility, there's IVF and many other steps. So the fund is there to help the people that can't help themselves.
We are going to talk about endometriosis and PCOS in particular, and I am living with both. And
Same.
People don't really know what it is, they don't know the struggles we go through.
Exactly.
And for me personally, it took 12 years to diagnose.
Yeah.
And what are some of the symptoms?
Okay, before we get to symptoms for endometriosis, let's go to what is it. Endometriosis is a growth, but the moment you say growth, people think cancer. It isn't necessarily that far, but it is a unnecessary growth that takes place in the lower abdomen where your reproductive organs are. It is the same type of growth that is the lining within the uterus, and that growth grows not inside the uterus as well. So that can be on the fallopian tubes, around the ovaries, around the uterus, around your intestines. So many places. I've got so many people that have it on their stomach, all the way up to their stomach. And I mean, it's not supposed to be there. So some of the symptoms or some of the negative effects of this growth is that it causes pain because it's not supposed to be there. And also when your period comes, that growth breaks down, but it has nowhere to go. So it tends to kind of build up there in a sense, and that makes it painful, uncomfortable. Some people have like severe stomach problems because of it is there. Some people just have very bad period pains and periods. Some people might not feel it at all because you have different stages of it as well. So same as with cancer, in a sense, your stage 1 is not as severe as your stage 4. But your stages also determine how fast it regrows after your operation. So your stage 1, let's say you get operated, you have stage 1, they remove it, it could take 2-3 years to come back. Whereas your stage 4 can literally come back within weeks, months. So it's the severity of it as well.
And this also causes strain when a person wants to get pregnant.
Yes. It doesn't matter where the endometriosis is. If the endometriosis is on your stomach, if the lining is on your stomach, it is still going to cause infertility. For the simple reason, there is a hormonal reaction in your body when endometriosis is present. So even if you've got endometriosis somewhere here, like on a muscle, chilling, it's still going to cause you problems.
Can we quickly talk about PCOS?
Yeah, PCOS. PCOS is short for polycystic ovarian syndrome. That is a hormonal imbalance, and that one is a bit easier to treat, for lack of better explanation. It can be that your hormones just need to be balanced, which you can do with, there's millions of natural things that you can do, but what a lot of doctors do that makes it a bit safer for the patient is to put them on contraceptives. But a lot of people do not have the medical access to get those contraceptives. Yes, the contraceptive is now going to regulate your hormones, but then it's going to prevent you from getting pregnant. So there is a second procedure after you have gotten your hormones under control that then goes to. So once your cycle has been stabilized, your hormones are at the right level, you do not have cysts anymore, you do not have extreme periods anymore, then you consult the doctor, you go off that medication, you go on a different medication that helps your body to ovulate regularly without controlling your hormones that much. And then during that process, monitored by a doctor, you will then be stimulated to ovulate, and then you can get pregnant that way.
Can people contact you if they want to make use of the Blossom Project and the fund?
Okay, so the fund, let's start with the fund. If somebody wants to make a donation, they can contact us. We've got a Facebook page. There's an email address. I think my contact number is on there as well. Yeah, just get in touch with us. We do have the fund available, but there is no funds in it yet. So basically, the fund is open to receive funds, and those funds will then go to assist women, specifically women that don't have access to contraceptives, that can't afford the doctor's appointments. It might also go to, let's say she's done the endometriosis operation, but there's a co-payment that she can't afford that the medical aid doesn't cover. It could assist with that. It could also assist for the IVF. Not all of it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a large sum of money, but I mean, like making a donation towards it. So we do have a very long list of women that are not necessarily already in need of the fund, but like I say, we do already have a list. Same way, if you are in need, just drop us a message. Like I say, we have the Facebook page. There is an email address. Send us a Facebook message. We have access to all of that. So,
Bronnie, thank you so much for your time, and
Thank
thank
you
you
so
for putting the spotlight on
Yes.
women's health and the issues that so many women are
Yes.
experiencing.
Take a load off and tune into another episode of Brave Namibia as we take a look at both ordinary and extraordinary Namibians. Brave Namibia is broadcasted on NTV Saturdays at 6:30 p.m. and oneup2.com, as well as broadcasted on the following Facebook platforms on Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Republican, Allgemeine Zeitung, Namibian Sun, and all Namibia Media Holdings pages. For more information, contact the Brave team at brave@synergy.com.na. Brave Namibia, for the ordinary and extraordinary Namibians.
3, 2, 1.
It's the last weekend of the month and you're spoiled for choice on the entertainment front again. On Friday at 12, a wine festival starts at the Wine Bar and Shop in Windhoek, featuring 12 SA estates, and at 6, a night market takes place at the Swakopmund Hotel and Entertainment Centre. At the same time, and also in Swakop, Wilna Music presents a Christmas and inspirational event at the German Lutheran Church. On Saturday morning at 7, there's a birding safari and bush picnic at IJG Trails at Farm Windhoek, and at 8:30 the Droombos Christmas Market opens. At 9, Jenny's Place also hosts a Christmas market. At 9, Coastal Kingdom in Proud Road hosts a market day in Walvis Bay, and at 9:30, Future Females Windhoek hosts a talk on social media predictions and mastering your mind at the barn in Suiderhof. At 10, the Deep Dive Seafood and Wine Festival takes place at the SKW in the capital, and as from 12, you can sip into summer at the Grossbarman Wine Show. And as from 3 o'clock, the Elisenheim Farmers Kitchen Christmas Market takes place at their campsite. At 5, there's a paint and wine evening facilitated by artists Betsy van Rensburg at the Kastdorp Centre in Swakop. And at 6, there's a Neil Diamond tribute performed by Johan Liebenbach at the Windhoek Country Club. Finally, on Sunday at 10, a family Christmas market takes place at the Walvis Bay Yacht Club parking until 2 o'clock. Happy Christmas shopping!
Straight Talk is a debate competition for high school learners and a spelling competition for primary school learners, mostly focusing on current affairs among the youth. Contact Zone at synergy.com.na to share your products and services. Straight Talk. Don't raise your voice, improve your argument.
And with that, we've come to the end of our show. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. We hope to see you again next week when my colleague Kenya Kambowe reports from Rundu and all kinds of news and events happening from the northeast of the country. Take care.